Good evening and welcome to another edition of Dan's Corner. I figured I'd call it that just because I am in the corner in my bedroom and this is my corner. Therefore, it is Dan's Corner. Hello and welcome. Today's edition, we will be talking about chainmail. Why? I don't know, but since it's on my mind and I've been scouring through website after website trying to find the best rings, the wire, the gauges, pricing, and whatnot like that. I've actually not done a whole lot of that. I've actually just looked at one site and a couple of instructional videos. But we're not going to take that into consideration in this video right now. So let's continue. Now, chainmail is, of course, something that was used back in the day before me. My parents, my grandparents, my great-grandparents, maybe my great-great-grandparents, maybe the ones before that. It was used as armor primarily. Chainmail was more of a upper class type armor, simply because when it was made, it had to be made by the blacksmiths. Each individual ring had to be made, and what they did is, instead of like today where we can cut it with bolt cutters or saws or whatever we cut it with, they had to manufacture the ring itself. And they overlapped the ends, flattened the ends of each individual ring, and had to manufacture a rivet to go into that ring. Now, they didn't have drills or anything like that, so I can only imagine they had a hand crank to do that. Therefore, it was very expensive, very time consuming, and it wasn't for everybody. Now today, obviously, it's not as complicated, it's not as difficult, yet it is still quite time consuming. Yeah, that's about it. That's your, lesson on chainmail. Okay. I'm trying to think when I look off into the corner and I just kind of bite my lip and look kind of, I'm thinking. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes I just don't go to anything. I go to my nothing box. Apparently men have those, and men love to stay in their nothing box. It's where nothing is, except for the man himself. He stares off into nothing, and it is satisfying to him. Now back to chainmail. I do enjoy working with it. It is very frustrating. Some of the weaves, I've been looking at a dragon scale weave that is very complicated in my opinion. Of course, I haven't tried it yet, but I'm assuming that it is going to be very complicated. I want to start working rings with different colors. I want to do something black and red, black and yellow, a dark with a light color, or something with two colors kind of similar to each other would be nice. I would love to do that, but I think to do that, not only will I be getting cut beads, or not beads, but cut rings to cut down on the time, but I'll also do it simply because it's a lot less work and I'm lazy, and that's because of that. As you see, there's a glowing orb behind me, which is slightly distracting me. I'm trying to see what I look like on camera as I am talking. I'm noticing this is picking up, and I am actually opening my mouth to speak. Sometimes I talk kind of like this, just unintentionally. I'm just too lazy to move my jaw. Of course, that rattles my teeth and makes them tickle. Now that we're done with talking about chainmail, let's move on. Let's talk about, I don't know, what's interesting to talk about. Leave a comment in the comments below. Something should talk to your mind, and just a topic you'd like to hear my opinion on. Of course, my opinions are usually pretty rough and not to the liking of many people. Although I did hear one time that society is strayed from the truth when the truth becomes hate speech. Of course, that's not the exact quote, but it definitely fits. try to get my wife to come on a video. We do a video together. I don't know what we would talk about, or if we would even talk about anything, or just sit there and look awkwardly at each other. I'm gonna move this camera because that orb is bugging me, and I'm gonna move over here. How about that? Extreme close-up. Woo, woo, woo. Remember Wayne's World close-up? Woo, woo. Anyway, that was fun. No, I do not have a AMC Gremlin with a licorice dispenser on the roof. Let's see here. I think I need some new deodorant. Don't know why, it just happened to be there. I'm looking at it and realize that it's almost gone. What else? Animals. What kind of animals do you have at your home? As you can see behind me, the other behind me, there's 2 terrarium cages there. In my other videos, you saw the big aquarium that is right over there. Still houses a gecko, and we have a gecko right over in front of me here with lizards. Plus I have my 2 bearded dragons in the front room. The bearded dragons stink along with the geckos because we haven't really done a whole lot with their cages as for cleaning them out or anything like that, mainly because it's a lot of work, and well, I'm lazy. That's why I haven't done it. Although I do clean out my lizard's cage from here to time. I did the other day. It looked like brand new sand. What are the odds? Let's see here. What else? Yes, in my last video you saw me with glasses. That's mostly because I was going to read, and my eyeballs just aren't as cool as they once were. Flight school. I would love to get into flight school. Unfortunately, I don't know if that's actually going to show on the video or not. Anyway, I would love to go to flight school. I would have to get the flight physical, which runs about $120, and the flight school itself, because I would like to do helicopters, is about $58 grand for the total thing, where I can get my pilots or private pilot, commercial, and instrument rating, and flight instructor certification, which would be cool, but I can't see that well, so I probably won't do that. I've now wasted over 8 minutes of your time. I hope you enjoyed this. Come back tomorrow for another episode of Dan's Corner, and maybe I'll have some theme music, or maybe I won't, or maybe I'll try to make my own theme music, or I'll just do corny Dora the Explorer lines. Good night.